Yay Networks.
You're listening to the Chatty Daddies podcast.
Welcome to the Chatty Daddies. I'm JC.
I'm Nick.
I'm Trey.
And we're back at it again. Nick pre-teased us before we started recording.
Yeah. I said, hey, guys, have I ever talked about emailing the principal on the podcast?
And I was like,
nope.
And I was like, nope, let me hit record. Let's get
And
it.
so
What happened?
I meant to talk about this right at the beginning of the school year. We're a few weeks in, or a month or two into the school year now. And I did have to email the principal over something. But since then, I've emailed her 2 more times about other things.
Do
I've
you
sent
feel bad
3.
every-
I do.
I do
feel
awful.
bad. However, I will say we have a brand new principal. It's her first year here. So I'm like, okay, maybe she just hasn't seen this issue before.
Yeah.
And these are issues we've had before, but they just haven't been fixed. So
Okay.
let's try and remedy this.
Is this something that had to be escalated? Like, did you talk to somebody first, or do you go straight to the big dog principal?
No, just email straight to the principal.
Okay.
So,
And by the way, real quick, before we get into Nick's email, if you are the parent that emails the principal every week, I just want to let you know something. I got to be principal for a day once. My friend Wendy invited me to be principal for a day at her school. And when I sat down at her computer and she said, we're going to go through emails. She said, this, by the way, is from 7 o'clock in the morning till now. And it was probably 11 a.m. She had roughly 300 emails. And I would say 150 were from parents at an elementary school, kindergarten through 5th grade. So really think about your email. Does it really need to be sent to the principal?
yeah. So I think mine do.
Okay.
Mine were not, my student is doing this and it's unfair and whatever. It's not that.
Okay.
I think they're valid complaints for the school as a whole.
Okay.
I
So
agree.
the very first time that she sent an email out, she said, hey, new school year, we're going to try a new traffic pattern
Oh, no.
after school gets out.
Oh, you can't do that.
I'm the one that picks the kids up from school. So I have noticed several things. And so
I'm already on the principal side.
No, but so what has happened was they now have started rerouting things through a slightly lesser used street. But even last year, in the last 2 years since we've been there, when it's already not that used by people leaving the school, the crossing guard parks in a way that blocks traffic.
Yeah.
And it causes a bottleneck for traffic. And there's a parking lot like 20 feet next to it. But the crossing guard parks his car in a way that creates a really bad bottleneck.
Is he doing
and
it for-
creates traffic and it backs the traffic line up. So now they're funneling more cars through there. And so I just said, hey, could the crossing guard park in a way? Because what he does is he prevents people from turning right. And so no one can turn right.
Is he doing it as a safety measure, or he's just doing
No,
it
it's just because it's close to
Okay,
his
got it.
spot. And he's great. He's a very nice guy. But it's like this just kind of prevents the flow. And it's hard for me to explain without getting into the weeds on the traffic flow and people turning left and right. But more people are turning right, but they can't. And it just creates a very long line to where it creates such a long line that the cars cannot pick up at the front of the school
Yeah.
until people can start turning right again.
It's like Snake, where
That's right.
you're going to bite yourself.
He parks so close to like the intersection that if there's like more than one car turning left, no one can turn right. And so I just said, hey, maybe and I sent a picture after like the first or second day of school
not
where
the
it
picture.
shows the more people. She said, thank you so much. I had no idea that this was an issue.
Oh.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Could you not have pulled up next to the crossing guard and gone, hey, bro?
No, that's not my deal. I don't want to.
You don't want to ask him?
No.
Nicely. You could say it nicely. Go
No.
like, hey, dude, it's kind of blocking the
No, that's
turn
weird.
right lane.
But because
He doesn't want the crossing guard to push his kids into
That's
traffic.
right. But her email was positioned like, hey, we think this will help make things more efficient.
Uh-huh.
And I said, in an effort to make things more efficient, could we also try this? Because after a few days of this, the traffic was even worse than it had been in the past.
Yeah.
Because there was a car blocking us from... Anyways, so that was one.
And did it work out? Like he's moved his car?
Still parks there every day.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's
nothing's
right.
happened.
He said
And
no.
I
Doing
have
great.
not followed up. I haven't. I don't. I'm not. I've said it once. I'm done. So the next thing was the fields in the front and the back of the school have so many ant piles.
Oh.
There's so many the kids cannot play on them during recess.
Because they could get bit.
They can't, and they do, and they go to the nurse's office. They can't play. And so I've asked, like, hey, is there anything that we can do with this? And I said, I'm part of the Dad's Club. Can we on a Saturday go out and spread, like we will pay for it.
Phenomenal.
Easy.
Yeah,
But
that's great.
Is it okay if we do that? And apparently I was not the only person that has requested this, because she didn't reply to me, but she replied to someone on the Dad's Club. And that all has to go through the district. It has to be contracted through someone. And so nothing's happened.
What
with that.
if?
Any sort of work on the school has to be contracted through the district. And so no one can do it.
Go vigilante on it.
You could
We
fight
could.
that. You could fight that in court.
We could,
Or-
but we haven't.
Or just put on a ski mask, go to Home Depot, you show up, put the dang poison on the ants thing.
Yeah.
And then the kids show up on Monday and they go, oh my goodness,
Gone.
the ants are gone.
Yeah.
The teachers go, oh my goodness, we can have recess again. The principal will go like, did somebody poison the ants? Let me check the surveillance. Boom, ski mask. You're safe.
Done.
Kids are safe.
I wish. Maybe we should just go rogue on it. And that was
should.
it. I said 3. There was only 2 things.
I still think no mask. Just do it.
Just do
no
it.
mask.
Say, oh, oops.
You want
no,
credit?
Yeah, not even credit. Just like no mask.
Yeah.
When you're some guy at
and
school.
also, they're really bad in the front, too. And that's where parents are supposed to stand. This is where parents have to stand to get the kids that are coming out of the school. So parents can't stand there. There's like ants everywhere. So nothing's happened. That was it.
those are the. Was there one more?
I said 3, but it was only 2. There was
Okay.
another one I wanted to write.
Oh, tell me about that one because you didn't
Well,
write it, obviously.
No, it was in the front, and the grass at the front was 3 feet tall.
Oh,
In
they
the
didn't
front,
cut it?
where the parents are supposed to stand,
Yeah.
and it's all weeds. And there's ants, and I did not send it. And the next day, it was mowed.
and let me tell you, I think you live in like one of the best school districts.
It's a great
in
school
the
district.
country.
It's a great school district. I think we have the money to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're talking about closing a school, so maybe they
What?
don't. Maybe they don't.
Well, with the carpool lines, I get it that like some people have schools from the 1940s or whatever, and the traffic pattern was never meant to have this kind of congestion. But with the new construction, like, can we not get like Chick-fil-A's people on this, where they're like, we got an app, we got this, that, and the other thing. The kid gets brought out on its robot.
Are the new we don't do the line. I just park on the street and walk and pick them up.
Yeah.
And there is a new thing where everyone has a mirror hanger and has a number on it, and when they pull up, they type the number in, and
Okay.
the kid comes out. And it seems to be working pretty well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Before then, they would just walkie-talkie everyone. Oh, sorry, you heard my pick up," and it takes a long time.
Can I talking about principles? I just wanted to get y'all's opinion on this.
Okay.
I was told by somebody I respect a lot. They're like, you know what, you would make a great principal at a school.
You would.
I think that I was like, I've lost respect for you because you said that.
Why? You would be, and even maybe vice principal.
Well, now that's rude. Why would you?
He doesn't want the big job.
In my opinion, the vice, at least at my kids' elementary school, because they're in middle school now, but I don't really. I think the middle schools have more than one vice principal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Because depending on your last name. But at my kids' elementary school, the vice principal was the fun guy. He was
Yeah.
the guy that was fun, and he was always
pep rally guy that gets slimed.
Yeah, he's a high-fiving all the kids. Like he's Mr. like good cop, and then the principal sometimes had to play the bad cop.
Well, sure.
Because you had to be the boss.
Anyway, it was the first time I had ever heard anything along those lines. I was like, that's the crazy. That's one of the, like, you could have told me you'd make a great Miss Teen USA, and I would agree with that more than the principal thing.
Yeah.
Really?
What does Trey want to do? Talk to a lot of people who are yelling at him all day.
Yeah, Nick gives me science teacher vibes.
That'd be
sometimes.
great. I would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to do fun experiments and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
like
would love to do it. I've seen this video. There's this one principal somewhere. I don't know his name, but he doesn't have an office, and his computer is just on a rolling cart. And so he's walking. He's always in the halls. If he needs to have a meeting with a parent, they like meet in the cafeteria or something. He's just always around and visible. He's just not locked in his office all day.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, that's nice. That's a pretty cool idea.
That is actually really cool.
So he's in the hallways during changing periods, giving high fives and all this stuff. He's not just hidden away.
Well, since we're in the school subject right now, and I'm like really close to emailing the principal at my kids' middle school, because there is something that I remember as a kid thinking, I cannot wait to never go to school again so that I never have to do homework. I remember sitting in my room seeing, we only had one TV. It was in my parents' room, but I remember being in my room and I'd looking across the hall in our apartment, and my parents would be in their room watching their TV. And I remember sitting there doing my homework going, I can't wait to be a grown up and just watch TV and not ever have to do homework. I've always thought homework should be just completely gone.
You think if they don't have enough time to do it in school, then why are they doing it at home or something? Or?
It also, and I had this frame of thought. I remember thinking this as a kid. I'm like, when my parents leave work, when my dad leaves the restaurant he's working at, or my mom leaves being a bus girl, she doesn't come here and she's not, doing that. Neither is he. Like once you leave work, it's gone. You stop work.
Yeah, work
stays
is work.
at work. That's how I thought it was going to be until I became a parent, and I realized I'm still doing homework every freaking day.
And man, it's getting harder, isn't it? That homework's tough.
Bro, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I haven't done these things in 20 years. I haven't been in middle school for 20 years. And so it comes back to you like a bike, but my son is like in 3 honors classes and 1 AP class. Ooh. And the AP class is Spanish, and I'm Mexican, and it's tough for me.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where he asks me for help, and I've developed this habit of, if my kids ask me for help, I help. If my kid asks me to play catch, I play catch. If my daughter wants to go for a walk, I go for a walk. I put down whatever I'm doing when my kids ask me for something, and I do it because they need me. Well, my son my dude is at school for 8 hours, has football practice before school, so add another hour and a half, so maybe close to 10 hours of school. So he's working 10 hours.
Yeah.
And then he comes home, and I'm not joking, guys, when I tell you, he roughly has between 1.5 to 2 hours of homework a day, to where he has zero time to be a kid.
Is it in all subjects or mainly 1 or 2 different subjects?
He always has math homework, always, and that's the one where he's he's not quick with work, so he likes to take his time. He likes to double check. So math takes a while. He always has Spanish homework. In fact, his Spanish teacher said, since you guys are taking an AP class, and I didn't really agree with this. She said, if you guys are taking an AP class, you should not be doing any extracurriculars.
Ooh.
I was heated when I heard this. I was angry. Like I was mad. They told my son or the kids in the class, you shouldn't be playing sports. You shouldn't have any extracurricular activities. This is a high school class, and there's a AP test at the end of the year that actually goes towards college. And I thought to myself, that is not what we should be doing at 12, 13 years old. We should be super extracurricular activities. We should be out there being kids.
Right.
And so I told my son, no, you are still going to play football. I don't care what.
Don't you have the choice to not do the AP class?
You do. But he put in a lot of equity, and so has my daughter. In the elementary school they went to, they did a Spanish program from kindergarten all the way through 5th grade. And so it was half day Spanish, half day English. So it was an immersion program. And so he put in all this equity to learn the language and to get into this curriculum in middle school, to where if we pull him now, it's all for nothing. It was to get him on a fast track to help him with college and to help him with credits in high school. So I could pull him, and we're really, really thinking about doing that with Chloe, and maybe just because we see how difficult it's been for Kaysen. But even his English teacher, his honors teacher, she's noticing the stress, and she even said, maybe I can bring you down. And he came home one day, and I could tell he got in my car, and I could tell something was up. And I said, what's wrong, dude? And he said, my ELA teacher told me I might have to go down to like the regular English. And I said, why? And he said, she just notices that, you have to be quicker with comprehension. And again, he understands things visually. He's a visual learner. You have to do it. And English, language arts, is more of reading and comprehending and answering. And that's not his strong suit. He's a smart kid, it takes him a little bit longer than the other honors kids. And he looked at me and he goes, are you mad? And I said, am I mad? No, dude, you're in an honors class. You get good grades. You're a good kid. And sometimes things aren't made for our road trip. This is not down your road, and that's okay. I said, if you got to go down, you go down. He goes, I thought you'd be disappointed in me. I said, no, Nobody is going to listen. Parents, if you get on your kids with grades and all that stuff, nobody will remember their grades from middle school when they're in college or when they're in their 20s or when they're in their 30s or 40s or later in life. Nobody cares.
Yeah, they're not going to be asked about it in a job interview.
I told them that. I said, I don't care. I don't care about how you're doing grade-wise because I see the effort you put in. As long as your effort is there, I see you working 2.5, 3 hours a night on homework. So if you came home with a bad grade in English, I wouldn't be mad because I saw you working. Mm-hmm. Now, if I saw you playing video games and I saw you just going out and fishing with your friends after school and not doing your homework or your work, and I'm there, I'm doing the homework with him, then I would be upset. But if you come home with a bad grade and you tried your hardest, well, that's where we capped off, and that's okay.
And so how, excuse me, it's not the teacher's fault. That's what you got to start with, but the teachers have like a quota, I guess? Or
yeah, and we live in an area where he could go to a different school district. Mm-hmm. I have a variety of schools I could choose from because we live in a different city than the city that his school is in, which is crazy. And in our technical city that we live in, those schools do not assign homework. It's a no homework district. They're very open about that. They give them work at school. If they don't finish it, they might have 10 minutes of homework to finish what they started.
But they're not intentionally assigning hours.
There's none of that. My son, especially with like math and his ELA and his Spanish, there is homework basically every day. And the math stuff is he's doing algebra. Like he's doing solve for X. He's doing their equations and word problems and again, it takes time. And it's been a lot to where I have to stay up till about 10:30 at night with him, relearning this, helping him out, making sure he's fine. I am gassed.
Yeah.
I am and I can only imagine how he feels.
I bet.
You know, guys, this reminds me of the Order of the Phoenix, the 5th book in the Harry Potter series.
Why?
Yeah.
They're right at the same age that Kaysen is, and this is their first year with a ton of homework at night. And Harry has Quidditch practice.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.
How is he going to fit this in?
I don't know. Plus, he's got to deal with the Dark Lord.
I know.
Talk about drama.
Davis and I are about halfway through the Order of the Phoenix right now. So,
what's your favorite Harry Potter book?
Traditionally, it's number 3, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, great.
Of course. We get to meet Sirius Black.
Yep.
It's pretty great. So, but now we're at the point where it starts getting real dark.
Oh, no.
And so
Scary.
people are going to start dying.
Yeah.
So, we got that in store for us.
I've never read Harry Potter.
You
They're
should.
really good. They're
It's
fun.
good. I read it as an adult. I read it during COVID.
Yeah?
It was
I
great.
listen to the audiobooks probably every year or two, all of them. Ooh, and they're making a new full cast version of the audiobooks with like different people
nice.
reading them than just one narrator.
Yeah.
Anyways.
How's your world going, Trey?
It's pretty good. I got no real complaints. I do have a fun thing coming up this weekend. I'm going camping. It's like camping light, though. It's like
Sure.
very, very...
A tiptoe into camping.
Yeah, like there's going to be a tent. I assume we'll end up sleeping inside. You know what I mean?
So is this in your backyard or something?
My dad's backyard. My dad has a couple of acres out in the country. And so
fun.
he just was like, hey, the weather is going to be a little bit cooler. I know y'all have basically every weekend booked with birthday parties, soccer games, whatever, family stuff for the next 6 months. Until Christmas, at least. And so this weekend, why don't y'all come over and we'll camp out in the backyard. So we're going to do hot dogs, maybe s'mores. Quaid doesn't like a toasted marshmallow.
Okay.
Last Christmas, he lost it when we tried to toast his marshmallow. He's like, I just want a marshmallow. Okay. That's fine. I understand.
But toasted is so
just
good.
try it.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Oh, the burnt part is the best.
And anyway, so we're going to go do a little camp out. I don't know if it's going to be as successful and magical and memorable as I picture it in my head, but we're going to give it a shot. Are y'all campers? Do y'all like camping at all?
Nope. I wish I liked camping.
Yeah.
I really do, because I see a lot of dads that go like, "Hey, we're going fishing and hunting this weekend," and I'm like, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I already lived that life. I got to be homeless for a second.
Wow.
So I'm like, I'm an indoor cat now.
I want to go on like nature trail,
Yeah.
walk out into the middle of nowhere where I'm like a couple miles out, maybe 10 miles out away from civilization and have like peace and quiet. I don't particularly want to go with my kids. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of extra work. Like I want to go by myself.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know that I could do it, but it sounds nice.
I love hiking though. Like,
Yeah.
see, I love the
Yeah.
hiking. I like to be on them trails. It's just like once the lights go down, I kind of want to have a room and a bed and not be outside.
But I do remember in high school, my buddies and I would go camping. And it was always a blast. It was just the most fun ever. We never slept. Like that's the hardest part of camping is sleeping outside or sleeping in the tent. We would set up the tent and basically just mess around for the next 12 hours and then go home when the sun comes up. And so I have two very vivid memories of camping. Back when my dad took me camping, hunting, in quotes, for the first time. We were going out he had a deer lease with a couple of guys. Anyway, so we were going out there and he got me my very first Swiss Army knife. Ooh.
You got a knife?
Oh my gosh, it was great. I was probably 10, I don't know, somewhere in there. And so my dad, as soon as he opened up the Swiss Army knife, cut his, he cut his index finger pretty deep. And I remember vividly, like, being able to see, like, a little yellow, like, white looking like tendon thing or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. And so my dad, like, we didn't have Band-Aids.
Yeah.
And like we were at we had to stop at this like shady gas station in the middle of the woods. And so I just remember my dad was like, we're going to have to go home. I need stitches. So we didn't end up
Camping.
we didn't end up hunting.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, I'll just tough it out. And he just like had a Band-Aid on it for the night while we went. And we never hunted. We never did anything. And so that was like the thing I really remember about camping. And then the other time was with my buddies in high school. We went exploring around this. It's not a campsite. We went behind a rec center, basically, and there's a bunch of land that was owned by the city. We were up on this big hill, made our tent, had a fun time, and we were like, let's go exploring. We ended up going to this somebody's backyard, basically. It was
Like you just intentionally walked in to that area?
We're just walking, and we find this barbed wire fence, and we see off in the distance, probably, I don't know, a quarter mile away, it looks like lights in a house. And we were like, oh, okay, whatever. And he's got this big pond with a trampoline that will float on the water.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And a couple of 16-year-old boys thought it looked just as cool as you guys did. And so we hopped over the barbed wire fence. It's me and three of my other guy friends. And we go, let's get on this thing. And we'll go out in the middle. This is way off in the distance. We can't see, well, like they can't see us. It's the middle of the night. It's midnight. And so we get probably, I mean, this pond is probably, I'm going to call it 100 yards by 50 yards, probably about the size of a football field. And so we get maybe 20 yards off. It's pretty much in the middle of the thing. And we hear dogs barking. They're getting closer.
Oh.
They're getting closer. And so we start like all paddling to get back because these dogs are going to come. And that's the reason they're there is what we assume is they're guard dogs. We start paddling back, get back, and the dogs are even closer. We can now see the dogs are coming out. There's two of us, or there's two of them. So all four of us are running as fast as we can. And the barbed wire fence at midnight in the middle of the country, you can't see it at all. And so my buddy's faster than me. He gets there and he goes, wait, stop. There's a barbed wire fence with a fence. And so we all kind of like pull up real quick. And one of my buddies, Victor Ortiz, goes and like a Kentucky show horse, hurdles it like he has been running track his whole life, probably weighs about 200 pounds in high school, not the most fit kid. And so the guy behind him was coming along too, thought he could make it as well, came up short, got it with the shins, toppled over.
Barbed wire?
And then, so now the dogs are now basically on us, but we're on the other side of the fence because I climbed over gently. And so my guy has got a couple of like giant puncture wounds in his shins from this barbed wire fence. And we hobble him back to the campsite, and that's just a crazy story. It was just a wild, random high school night.
Dogs while camping, scary. My scary camping story. This is scary to say because my son is in 8th grade, and this was me in 7th grade. And my daughter's in 6th grade. My friends and I heard that these girls that we liked were having a sleepover at this other girl's house, and they were going to camp in her backyard. Now, I lived in an apartment complex, and but I lived in a nice area of town. And so these kids had nice backyards. And I remember thinking, I was like, dang, her backyard's pretty big. And my boy goes, yeah, I hit up one of the girls. They said we should stop by.
Yeah.
We go,
all
I was
right.
like, what time? He goes, I don't know, like 9 or something. And I go, how are we going to do that? And he goes, ask your mom and dad if you could spend the night at my house. And so I asked my parents. I was like, can I spend the night at Chris's house? Sure. That was easy. Cool. So we go over to Chris's house with me, 2 other guys. So we're sitting there and we go, when do we go over to we don't have cell phones, nothing. We were just going to show up. He goes, I guess, again, we're going to go at 9. So me, Chris, the other 2 guys that asked their parents to spend the night, snuck out of Chris's house. He had a single mom. Hot mom, by the way. Just want to throw that out.
Chris's mom.
Yeah, we'd go over there because she had a pool, and she'd always be sunbathing.
Sure would.
Miss Penny. Anyway, so we're walking at 9 o'clock around these neighborhoods, and we finally get to this girl's house, and we hear the hee-hee, the giggling in the backyard, and we're like, oh my goodness. So we see they have like a 6-foot fence. We climb up top. My friend finds a pebble, throws it at the tent. One of the girls pokes out, and she goes, come on. And we're like, what? Awesome.
This is the setup to every like teenage rom-com or something.
And by the way, it's a tent in the backyard. So they have there's a house, then they had a pool.
Oh, rich people.
So yeah, they had a pool. And then behind the pool was this area of just grass, and they had like 2 trees, and below it was this mansion of a tent. Huge tent. It was a big tent.
I'm assuming that the girls weren't the only one pitching a tent that night.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
What?
Yeah.
So she goes, come on. And so we all climb the 6-foot fence, hop over, and we sneak into the tent. We walk in there and we're looking around like, wow, this is a mansion. Look at this tent.
Yeah.
I mean, we had so much room for activities. So it's us boys, and there was 1 girl for each boy. And we're sitting there, so we're like, what are we going to do now? And they're like, oh, we could tell scary stories. So we're sitting there telling scary stories. The dad had set up like a TV, and back then the TVs were heavy. But it was like a 19-inch TV, and they were watching so we were like sitting there eating snacks, watching a movie. And then one of the girls goes, we should play Spin the Bottle.
Wow.
And we're like, oh my goodness.
This is every junior higher's dream.
This is the movies we've been watching.
Right.
And we're like, cool. So she realizes, oh, we don't have a bottle out here. Let me go inside and get one. So the girl that lives there gets up, goes inside, grabs a bottle, comes back out, and she sits down. And we look, and it's a beer bottle. It's a full beer. She grabbed one of her dad's beers.
Smart.
So we're like, okay. I was like, are we going to drink tonight? Like, is this what's happening? They're like, no, we're playing Spin the Bottle. We're about to take the first spin when we hear a door from the distance open, the back door. And then we hear a male voice that says the girl's name, Allison. And we all go, oh, and he's walking towards the tent. And she goes, yeah, Dad. He goes, did you just come in the house? Yeah. Now he's outside the tent. I am thinking this is where we die. This man is going to kill us. And he goes, do you girls need any other snacks or anything else? And she goes, no. And he goes, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, oh no. She goes, just watching a movie. And he goes, all right. Well, good night, baby.
You got away with it.
I was thinking that he
clear.
found out that she grabbed a beer bottle. I was thinking all the worst things. And he starts walking, and we hear him walk away through the grass onto the concrete, hear the door close. And my friend looks at me and he goes, we got to go. And I go, what? We just escaped. He goes, we got to go. And the girls are like, no, you guys could stay. He goes, no, I think something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
We got to go. So we're like, okay. And the girls were begging us to stay. But my friend was adamant that we leave. So we're like, I guess we're going to go back to Chris's house. So we unzip the tent. And as soon as we start stepping outside, the light in the kitchen turns on. I see the dad. He locks eyes with all of us. And he goes to the door, and we just hopped the fence and ran as hard as we could to Chris's house.
I love it.
This girl got grounded.
Yeah. Oh,
All
yeah.
the sleepover over. They all went. They got sent home. We found this out on Monday.
Wow.
All got sent home. The dad told all the parents that boys stopped by. Not one of those girls snitched on us.
Oh, they didn't say who
They
was
didn't
there.
see who
Wow.
it was there. They would not say who the boys were. They did not, because we would have been destroyed too.
That's great. Good for them.
But we didn't get to play Spin the Bottle,
Bummer.
and we didn't get to. So it was cool though. It was that close.
Don't you kind of hope your kids have those experiences?
Sure,
though?
yeah.
No.
I mean,
You really
at some
don't?
point, yeah.
Yes, but no.
I mean, I want my kids to mess up a little bit, or not even mess up. Have something that gets their heart pumping,
Right.
like adrenaline rush. Like, it's not the end of the world. Nobody's gonna get pregnant.
Because
That night.
did we just? I mean,
Right? That's the reason the dad's mad.
yeah. We weren't gonna do that. We were just gonna play Spin the Bottle. There was probably gonna be maybe like a couple. Like it's gonna be that. That's what Spin the Bottle
Yeah.
is. It wasn't like French kissing. We were 7th graders, but we did steal a beer to play with, not to drink.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not there yet. But the kids are gonna steal the beer. Like, there's no need to flip your. Just talk to them about. I don't
Right.
I know.
Trey, have you started picking out all the supplies you're going to need for your camping trip? Like,
My
are you
dad-
gonna? Are you
My
gonna?
dad has a tent,
Okay.
and gonna bring like a pillow.
Yeah. I just know when I do anything with my kids that's outside of the house, my car is just so
Ridiculously
full
full,
of,
yeah.
of supplies.
No, I don't think so. Because I mean, my dad's he's like, I got all the
True.
food, I got the
Yeah.
tent, and then worst comes to worst, they're gonna go inside and watch TV till they go to sleep. Because we're just going over there at dinner time.
Yeah.
cooking a hot dog on the fire,
That's
and then
fun.
play around outside for a little bit.
I'd say 2 or 3 times a year, I get in my mind like, I'm going to do this camping thing.
Yeah.
Let's
Do it.
do this. Let's go with the kids somewhere. I don't know where. And I'll load up an Amazon cart, a tent,
Yeah.
sleeping bags, whatever we need. And it just never
Give up.
happens. Yeah.
I think I'll go camping. Carol will not take.
So
the boys
she's not
camping.
participating?
No,
Just
no.
it's a boy
It's
thing.
a boy thing.
But just having 2 boys, I feel like that's like a hey, let's go do this
Yeah.
together. That feels like something like
It's a rite of passage.
there's not 2 votes against. Like y'all each have 2 votes against it.
Yeah.
To your 2 votes. Whereas I think that my boys would like to go and do so. They're always outdoorsy already, so I think we'll probably end up going.
And they get to just walk out the tent and just pee in the grass.
sure,
Yeah.
go by a stream.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
You got to bring a shovel though
Sure, dig a latrine.
for the number 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
Hudson still in a diaper?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Bury the diaper.
Oh well.
No.
I mean, there's a trash can.
Yeah, that's true. I
60
keep
feet away.
forgetting you're like at a house.
It's nothing. Crazy. Yeah. You don't want the bears to smell our poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camping light.
All
All right.
Well, I can't
Oh.
wait to hear about your camping trips next episode.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
I'm Trey.
I'm JC.
And I'm Nick. And
And
don't forget,
remember,
stand up straight.
Well, I can't. All right. Fine. I
Don't
messed it up.
forget.
I could edit it, but I won't.
Nah.
The Chatty Daddies Podcast.